No.
The A Show.
Where smart is the new sexy.
And now, April Hunter.
Woo! Good. Yeah, I just felt like doing that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, because there is everybody else. We love everybody else. Welcome to the A Show. I'm here with my lovely co-host, Eva D. What are you making faces for, Eva?
What's the echoing going on?
We have echoing?
I don't hear echoing.
No, that must just be you. No. Anyway, welcome. So, and joining us back again is Big Ray. We got to have him twice in 1 month. Yes.
Yay!
Boobies.
All right. There you go.
Yeah, tonight we are stoked. We are going to have our favorite holistic practitioner, Jimmy G, coming back again. He has come back multiple times, and he will be teaching us all about chakras, what they are, why we need to be aware of them, how to clear them, why they're integral to us living our best lives. And I'm looking forward to learning about that. I'm actually wearing my rainbow chakra get up here.
Awesome.
In honor of that. So yeah, welcome. I see several people in there. I see Lisa. Hey, what's up? And Bigwig, Alex, Speedway, Steve, cool, awesome dude, Maurizio. Who else is in here? Michael, you were first one in. Winner, chicken dinner. So welcome everybody coming in. Please share the link. It helps us. And if you are lurking in the background, feel free to sign in and say, yo, what's up? We appreciate you. So how are you guys doing? Oh, there's Allie too. Hi.
Hey, Michael.
I'm excited to talk about chakra. I mean, like
Me too.
I love her music. Like Through the Fire, I Feel for You. Missing You. Was it Tell Me Something Good? Tell me something good.
Shaka Khan.
There you go.
Right.
Shaka Khan.
Right.
So do you guys know much about the chakras? Are you familiar with? I know Eva is. Yeah, I am too. I took a class on them. How about you?
Not so much.
So there are many chakras, but I think we're going to concentrate on the main 7, which are basically from your butt to your head.
Ooh.
So, and they go literally in rainbow order. It's red, orange, yellow, green is your heart chakra. Blue is your throat chakra. Indigo or purple is your third eye, and then your light, I guess, clear or lavender is your crown chakra. So it'll be really interesting to learn what they do, how to clear them, how they're all connected. So
for the butt part, we should have got Colin to join us.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. How is Colin anyway?
He's Colin. He's good. It's cute. Have you seen little videos? His little boy Alex is like,
yes.
He's doing like jujitsu and shit.
He looks amazing.
I haven't seen the videos, but I know Alex. I've had many deep conversations with Alex sitting on.
You gotta check out his little jujitsu video.
Yeah, you have to go stalk.
Okay, I'll have to see that. He's so cute.
He is. I don't know how he looks like his mother. Thank God.
Well, there's mixed stuff going on.
Colin married up a little bit there.
Big time.
Cool, awesome dude. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Nice to see you back, Ray. It's nice to have you here again.
Oh, yes. Nice to be here with you guys, just chilling. I was telling the girls that talking to the chat. I was telling the ladies that.
I don't say which girls.
Well, these girls. I got 3 days off. I just took a day. Like not a mental day. I was just tired. So I told my boss I'm not coming in for 3 days.
That's a mental day.
Yeah. I didn't do shit. All I did was laundry.
That's a good thing.
That is.
I love it.
That is a really good thing. One of the things I love about, and I hate saying this, one of the things that it's guilt-free about having a sick day is that you don't have to be anywhere or do anything.
That's right.
So we don't really have that kind of downtime anymore. It used to be like, Sundays everything was closed. And you knew you didn't have to be anywhere, and you like, oh, I should mow the lawn, but I don't have, I don't have whatever. I don't have gasoline or oil, so I can't mow the lawn. So I can sit here and just chill and rest. Now everything's open. You can go get gasoline. You can mow the lawn. You can work 7 days a week.
Oh yeah.
You can work 5 days a week at your regular job, and then you can work the other 2 days just catching up with stuff and work around the house and then go right back to it non-stop.
And they like that. They like that. They have us under control.
They do.
Well, you know, I understand Bigwig.
Yeah.
He turns it in. What do you turn your underwears inside out and shit?
Wait, you put it out. Not want to know.
If you hang it over the back of the chair, air does clean it overnight.
Oh, that's bullshit. That is bullshit.
I don't believe that. Fuck that. Especially here in Florida with all the humidity.
Oh my God.
Hey, you got a bunch of stuff down there that you know, some Corgos and
I see that.
Before
I see
Jimmy gets on.
Gabian, I see Fury, I see Lizzie. Thank you for joining us late. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. We have Jimmy joining us, and that is awesome. I see a Corgo, Cougar. Before Jimmy joins us, here's something that I wanted to bring up that I heard today. I'm taking a bunch of classes, and one of them is a Kabbalah. I'm taking Kabbalah classes. And one of the things, just to ponder on this, see what you guys think. One of the things that the instructor said, David said, was the root of all evil in the world is reactiveness. Most people are very reactive, not proactive. So obviously reactiveness comes from fear. So being reactive creates a micro aggressions and micro that energy. And if enough people are reactive, it creates macro energy and macro aggressions. Yeah. And it made me think, and I've had this theory for a long time, but I just want to see what you guys think. There was a joke many years ago when Florida was getting hit with a really, really big hurricane. The joke was that we prayed it away. Like it was dead set on hitting us. And all of a sudden it took literally a 90-degree turn.
You're welcome.
It went out to the Gulf.
I made a phone call.
Right. There you go. Okay. So do you remember that?
Yeah,
I do.
You remember that. So we joked around and we prayed it away. So if everything is made of energy, think about something. Everybody's weather and all our storms have gotten much more intense and so much worse every year. Since 2005, our weather has gotten worse and worse and worse and worse. And of course, they're going to say climate change, right? Even though independent scientists argue that, and we actually have more ice now than we've gained ice. So whether you're on that boat and on board with that or not, hear me out for 1 second. What if it's something else? What if it is collective energy fueled by constant 24-hour news cycles and social media that is building non-stop with negativity and reactiveness, so that every year, every storm, every flood, every fire season, everything gets worse and worse and worse. And we just keep stirring this up more and more and more. And the solution is to stop being reactive, to literally, if you be the change you wish to see, to learn to be more stoic, to take a pause before reacting to anything. And you keep your energy here instead of out here. And you're not putting these micro aggressive energies out there that ripple into the universe with a butterfly effect. You're not spreading it, and you're doing your part, and more people will do their part. And we start seeing more of a chain reaction that way. What if that is what's actually happening?
Is it kind of like when a bear approaches you, instead of going crazy and running away, you just kind of just calm down? No, sometimes, because I literally just saw a video of a little girl on a bike. She was behind the house, guys. And a fucking grizzly bear walked up to her, and she just sat there. She didn't get scared. She just looked at him. The grizzly bear sniffed her and walked away. She didn't show fear. She didn't fucking scream, Mom. She didn't ride the bike away because she would have been lunch. Yeah. Is that kind of what you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Be non-reactive. They say that with dogs too. If you chase a dog, they think it's a game. If you run from a dog, they definitely chase you.
That's weird because when I try to run from Colin, it's just like he just chases me.
Well, that's because,
I shouldn't run from him.
He loves you.
But even when I stand still, anyway, it's weird.
It's just a thought. It's just something to ponder. I don't know if it's right or wrong, but it's just a theory. And Lon has his jokes. Right. If someone is extremely against chakras, they are chakra-religious. All right. With that, let's bring on Jimmy G.
Hello, hello, beautiful souls. How are we doing?
Welcome,
Good, how are
welcome,
you?
Jimmy.
What's
How
up,
are
dude?
you?
We're just enjoying 114 degrees here in Phoenix today.
Holy
Oh,
cow.
wow,
Yeah,
that's
so
ridiculous.
we are feeling
How
like
do you-
we're baking.
So
How do you do that? I mean, our feels like today was like 95, and that was bad enough.
it was really hot. It was
So,
95, yeah.
It gets so bad that when you get in your car, the metal burns you, the leather melts to your skin. It's fun. It's like an adventure.
Oh my God.
Well, we thought it was bad. We don't leave the house.
Oh,
Sorry. Wow.
Yeah, I remember when I was living out in Nevada, I would have, you have the silver reflector thing in the windshield for Florida in the front. I had one in the back and the sides too. Like they sold them in kits out there where you did the whole entire car.
that's right.
So-
That's right.
And
I
you're
could
still
see
touching the
that.
steering wheel and the seatbelt. You're like, oh,
That's
God,
right.
Jesus.
That's right.
But at
So
least,
my skin is stiff. It's tough.
see, I was about to say that. At least in Florida, you guys have humidity. Not over there.
No.
Over there, it's like,
Right.
what do you
Yeah, the
do?
humidity's worse.
So beauty
Because-
tips by
Yeah,
JPG.
it lays on your skin, so you can't.
Yeah.
So when you sweat, it doesn't evaporate. So it
And
makes
we're expecting a
feel
good
hotter.
monsoon season too. The monsoon, the big thunderstorms is going to be, we expect it to be more so. So that'll be
Fun.
really nice. Cause I think what you said earlier about the earth and how, storms are really trying to they switch, they move, they change. Cause I really believe in the yin and yang aspects of life. And I think that the earth just knows how to balance itself out. No matter what we do as humans, the earth is going to find a way to do that. So I think that's what you said before about shifting of storm patterns and such. I think the earth is definitely kind of saying, hey, I'm still better than you. I'm more powerful than you. So we're not going to let you dictate it all.
Yeah, I know. I was still wondering, are we cultivating the foliage, or is the foliage cultivating us? Because in the end, nature wins. You ever see those houses, and the houses are full of ivy and trees have grown up through them.
I think it cultivates us unless we mess with them.
Right.
I know. I think so too.
Yeah, and we can measure it. It's called the Schumann resonance, and scientists have been measuring the Schumann resonance for a long time. And actually, the last 5 years, many scientists are reporting more activity with the Schumann resonance of the Earth, like the Earth's natural vibrations.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, I think that
Okay.
proves what you said earlier is true. That the Earth is definitely adjusting to what we're doing.
Can the earth adjust my bank account? Maybe drop $1 million there?
Only if you live in alignment. Yes, the answer is
I didn't hear him say no.
Wait.
We're getting in line today, guys. Each one of us.
Wait. So that's what
universe.
that's what today is about: getting your chakras in alignment. Jimmy,
Let's
real
do
quick,
it.
let everybody
Yes.
know. And I mean, I know you're a repeat guest for years here, and we love having you on here. You're our favorite holistic practitioner. But tell everybody what you do. Give us your everything.
So I've been doing massage therapy for 25 years and going strong. And it's been a fun journey through this thing called massage and being able to help people in clinical aspects and energetic aspects. In fact, just today, I just got back from teaching the lymphatic drainage massage. And even that class, I add in a little energy touch that the lymphatic system of our body moves our spirit, which then conveys the messages of the soul. So no matter what class I'm teaching, I always like to add in that energy aspect. And so I also write for the national exam for our industry, as well as I've authored over 55 articles now in massage-related publications.
Wow. You've gotten awards on because you're a teacher. You've received awards. You have, you do the classes, everything.
Some little accolades along the way. That's okay. I know that if I'm serving humanity, if I'm doing my best to heal this planet one body at a time, I'm doing my job.
The whole drainage
Thank you.
thing, the whole drainage massage thing, I'm interested in hearing about that because I think we have something like that here in Chinatown, but I don't think it's the same thing we're talking about, right?
Lymphatic drainage is all about metabolic waste removal. It is all about removing the waste. That's all it's about.
Way off.
Yeah.
We missed you, right?
But I love the shirt that you're wearing, April, is very tie-dye colorful. That's really cool.
Thank you. I was trying to chakra it up in honor of your appearance here.
It falls suit. I love that here. So chakras are a fascinating idea. And what you said earlier, Ray, I think the universe always wants to say yes. It always wants to, but we, of course, have free will as humans. We have the ability to choose our path, our destiny. It's never written in per se firm. We always can make shifts and changes in our energy levels and our frequencies and vibrations. And the universe always wants to say yes, but it's up to us to make the necessary changes, change our frequency, change our vibration. Maybe that means we change our habits on these phones, that we shift what we choose to see and choose not to see, the type of music we listen to, the websites we listen to and such, but always making sure that we listen to the A show that's always going to add to our frequency.
It's
Oh my
like it's
God,
like
it's funny.
in Christianity we say, you sometimes you block your own blessings. You're being blessed and you don't even know that these good things are happening because you're just focusing on all the negative stuff around you. And my wife even checked me the other day because I'm like, I try to stay away from the news thing, and I'm like, oh man, things are getting really bad in the world. And she's like, yeah, but we're good, we're happy, we have a nice house, we have good jobs that we love, we have good people, we have family over the other day, and I'm like, shit, you know what, you're right. And I was getting down and she lifted me up, so that's really cool,
It's
man.
funny that you
That's
mentioned
cool.
that. I went to the gym late last night, and I look around. I was the only person not on the phone. Every single person was sitting there. Most of them weren't even exercising. They were just sitting on machines on the phone like this, just mesmerized by a screen. It was like, I feel like I'm in an apocalypse. And I just watched that movie, Electric State. Did you guys see that? Where everybody was sitting there where they had kind of almost like severed the work play thing. It was like a young adult version of Severance. So all these people sat there with these, like, it looks like a hairdryer on their head so they could live in an alternate reality all the time. And then did anybody see this movie? It's really wild.
No, I've never even heard of it. Yeah.
Electric State. It was actually really good. The young girl who's married to John Bon Jovi's son, plays as the lead in there, and Chris Pratt is the other lead.
Where did you see it, on Netflix or?
It's a good question.
Never mind.
Yeah, I can't remember, but it was a really good movie, and it gave you pause to think, because every single person just within a year became enmeshed in living in this state of living in an electric dream world instead of in reality. And she didn't want to live like that, and they were like, well, it's mandated, you have to do it.
Yeah,
and then I
that's
saw
the scary thing. That is so scary that it could be mandated one day. Oh yes.
I don't know if you can see it. It says there's a version of yourself 10 years from now that is begging this version of yourself to enjoy where you currently are just a little bit more.
I see
lovely.
Nice.
Lovely, lovely. I love what you said.
Can I say something with Ray real quick too before we move on? You said your wife checked you, right?
Yeah.
I'm chakra wise, not being a smartass, but there is a way you can actually check your chakras to see what's blocked. There's many ways, of course, but one of them is just using a simple pendulum or something you can use as a pendulum to check.
We have a swing.
Okay, go for it.
What do you mean by pendulum?
He means checked her in like the New York way. Like she checked me. Like she
corrected me.
Put me in place.
She
put me in my place.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I'm sorry. I'm using New York terminology. She's got the.
She's using crystal woo terminology.
Yeah.
I went right there.
So when I say my wife checked me, what I'm trying to say is that she stopped me in my tracks and says, "Stop focusing on the negative and look at all this positive. Look at the week we had. Look at what we're planning to do." And she kind of like was able to, like, she's my yin and I'm her yang or whatever. And she kind of like legit just helped me change, or no, she helped me focus on what was good, and I stopped focusing on what was bad. So she checked me, yo.
Good.
Check you.
Word up.
Well, Jimmy, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but I completely agree with you. Please explain what chakras are.
Yeah, I put something in the group chat right now that says energy follows intention. And I just love that as we start to think about kind of where life is going, and as we learn how to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves, as we said, Ray, learning how to really make sure that we examine within, because energy does follow intention. I think that's one of those euphemisms that can sometimes seem cliched, but really it's not a cliche. I think it's a way that we can ensure that we are living our authentic authentic self. And I need to have an intention on where to put my precious energy. We only have so much energy, and we only have so much to give to the world. And I can start to think, who deserves my intention? Like that quote you just put on the screen, April. Again, does that 10-year version of me, does that deserve intention? I say yes. I say maybe I want to give that future version of me intention. And maybe I then strive to be aligned, be that person who I desire to be. I know it's not easy. And I remember when I was in high school, I had a high school teacher. He was the accounting teacher, and he said something that I thought was bogus when I was 18, because I was 18. He says, "Oh, y'all, you young folk, you're not going to be what you think you want to be right now. What do you want to be over here? You want to be an accountant? You ain't going to be an accountant." He kind of just went around the room like that, and like, why are we even saying we want to be if we're wrong, apparently, right? But then I think he realized he was trying to teach that lesson that, we might think we have a certain desire, but then are we making choices to really get to that point? And if not, like, it can be really difficult to like feel like we're spinning our wheels and not going anywhere in life. But then maybe someone like your wife had done, like, hey, let's really kind of pause and think, what are we really about? And what is our intention here? Do we want to look for the good or look for the not so good? We know we can turn on one TV channel and find what we want. We can find another TV channel to find something else, right? So it's our daily choices that lend towards expending the energy, but ultimately, where am I expending it towards? I need to have an intention behind it. And chakras are one great interpretation on how I can guide energy, govern my daily actions towards that intention of what I want. That's chakras in a nutshell for you. What they really mean, the word chakra is a Indian Sanskrit word meaning spinning wheel of light. And in the massage world, I can tell you there's many times I have touched a client somewhere in their body and I felt a palpable movement, a a sensation moving. And that's why, Eva, I like that you brought up the idea of pendulums, because you can have a pendulum right there in front of you and start to see it spin around the body, around any body part. So I definitely recommend getting pendulums for that purpose. And if you ever do, you have a pendulum, I'd put it right there in the palm of my hand, and I would ask it, show me yes, and it's going to move a certain way. And I would ask, show me no, and it's going to move a different way. And I can go to any one of those 7 major chakra centers, and I can go over those centers and ask, or just watch it move. Is it moving in the yes, I'm open, I'm clear way? Or is it moving in the no, I'm congested, I am closed way? Because chakras are said to be either open or closed. Are they spinning a lot, or kind of sort of, or not at all? So it becomes a really fascinating. And there's actually 114 chakras, not just the basic 7. The general 7 that you see in any general picture, that came from a book by a man named Arthur Avalon back in 1919 timeframe. He wrote a book called The Serpent Power. And The Serpent Power is a book you can find online for free. Hint, hint, wink, wink. You just look up Serpent Power PDF. Get that for free. It's like 300 pages, so it's a lot to download. So in a chakra class, I would say download it for free. But that does a good job of describing how the British, who we know the British had occupied India for 150 plus years, they were looking at the Indians saying, hey, you do it different than we do in Mother England, merry old England. So how do we somehow record on paper how they're describing their healing method? So that's a very, the 7 chakras is a nice way to start learning. But when you start to dive deeply, there's 21 minor chakras and many, many more that add up to 114. In fact, 50, at least 50 of them are in the head area. And I'm not sure if any of you have ever had a moment of a ding moment in your head and you wonder why there? Why there? Ding, ding. Why is it lighting up in different parts of your head? Maybe you're getting to chakra number 82 or 95 or something, right? So there's over 50 just in the head. And I saw a question just flash on the screen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed,
Lon
right?
asks, Lon says, when it comes to massages and chakras, does it work the same for acupuncture and regular massages?
Yes, very similarly. Yes, I can access certain energy points in acupuncture or acupressure that unlock healing potential related to energy. Same idea at play, just different parts of the body that can be touched. So whether I touch physically or I hover over the body, that can produce amazing releasing of healing. And that releasing can feel like heat, like sparks, like wavelengths, pulsations, like in that Katy Perry music video, I'm a firework, boom, boom, boom,
There you go.
even brighter than the moon, 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 right? Just all those sparks up through the body, right? And so you can have different palpations, but yes, the question is basically the same idea. I can access and hold with intention because energy follows intention.
Mm.
Yeah.
EJ, you
I
said
have
you had something.
Yeah, I
right?
have a question for you, Jimmy. So you are, to me, just from having massages done, obviously unique. Because most of the time when you find a massage therapist, they are just that, boom, in, out. They touch you. They don't use chakras, energy. Is there something you could suggest to everybody of how to find somebody like you in your area since you are in Arizona?
Yeah, I think when it comes to holistic practitioners, I would maybe do a Google search on holistic practitioners because
Okay.
holistic practitioners imply that we have training beyond just the regular muscle work. There's kinesiologists that study muscles galore. That's great. That has a place in our field. But there's a lot of healing arts and holistic practitioners that have just different aspects, and they might work with chakras in their very own unique way because everyone
Okay.
has different training as well. So some people might use tools like stones, like chakra stones. I love using chakra stones. I'll put them actually physically on the body during the healing sessions, and I'll begin to kind of work through the body. Oh, awesome! Here, holistic practitioner in the house, awakening.
Thanks, Brian.
It's really awesome that we can certainly, the word holistic implies healing the whole, the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, even social aspects of ourselves.
I have a question
Thank
real
you.
quick. How would somebody who's looking for a holistic practitioner know how to choose the right one or the right person for you?
I would do a formal interview. I would definitely call them and get to hear their voice. Over online, chatting is okay, but I think there's so much in language you don't get when you just see words. So I think if you can really hear their voice and hear the sincerity of their voice, here you can start getting a better intuitive sense of I resonate with them, the sound of their voice, the words they're using, because we know words matter a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's why
Yes.
maybe they call that spelling because words cast a spell. So I think when you actually hear the words they're saying, the tone of their voice, the types of words they use, you can get a sense of, do I resonate? Do I feel good? Do I feel neutral? Do I feel not so good? Are they using words that maybe I don't really jive with? Is that the cool old term? I don't know if I jive with them, man. So I think really hearing their voice and you're right, words can hurt too. You can see a certain feel of energy from words used. So I think that our intuition also never lies because I believe intuition is the language of the soul. I'm putting that in the group chat right there. Intuition is the language of the soul.
Okay.
I think
Thank you, Jimmy.
if you
Thank
put
you.
that on your Facebook, you'll get 100 likes guaranteed. I really
That's
believe
great.
that. We'll start to really feel, and intuitively you'll start to sense. But I think ultimately you need to hear people, not just only see the words on paper.
Do you ever find somebody that's all right? This is gonna be a weird question. You ever found somebody that it's they're how can I put this? You ever work with somebody who maybe is too negative, and that it affects you, and then you as a professional, like I don't want you as a client. Has that ever happened to you?
that has happened before. And that's why in any sort of class that we ever take, I think it's really important that we are doing grounding exercises. So as a professional in a massage school, other practitioner schools, holistic schools, they would teach that, how do I ground myself before I walk in that room, before I make contact with that person? Because you're right, there's transference.
Right.
There's definitely transference. I want to show a little toy here.
I work in that shit every day.
Little toy.
What is that?
What is
It's
that?
magic.
That's really cool.
Can I zap people I don't like with that and be like, get
Yes, just like that. Just like that.
Get
Just like
out.
that.
Like
There
a
you go.
cattle
get
prod?
the fuck out.
There you go. There you go. There you go. And this is called the energy stick. If you go on Amazon, you look up kids energy stick. It's about like $13 or so.
Shake it at people.
But the point here is, yes, when I touch a fellow human being, there is energy transfer to and from the person. So literally, it is imperative that I am making sure that I ground myself, knowing the transferring is real. It's not hippie jive, it's real, and there's something to it. So I need to make sure I really ground myself well. And it is okay if I feel like I cannot help someone. If what I'm doing is not helping, I will certainly refer to another professional.
There must be other versions of that same energy stick, I bet, too.
Oh, there are certainly.
I'm gonna go searching for that tonight.
Yeah, she's gonna end up with a police zapper.
There you go.
Oh,
It's really
man,
cool.
I work we're all on top of each other at work, and it's one person's having a bad day, or that energy is ridiculous.
Yes.
It's crazy.
So,
We used to call
yeah.
that person, like you look on like the locker, the wrestling card, and you see that one person, you're like, oh fuck.
Mhm.
And with
Nobody wants
that
to
one
work
person
with
would be
them.
referred to as like the cancer in the locker room.
Oh,
That's what they would
no.
call that. Is that you're just trying to avoid
The
them?
downer.
Yeah, what's up? How you doing?
Yes.
Yeah, Debbie Downer.
Debbie
Yeah.
Downer. Yeah.
Get them out on opening match, be done with them, right? Send them home.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And if you bring it up to them, they're just like, it gets worse.
It's crazy how the energy
Yeah.
spreads, and that's what we were talking about that earlier. Like all these macro energy spreads, these and micro, they become much bigger. One of the I don't know how many people were here for this earlier, but if you missed it in the beginning, it's worth going back and rewatching about how these reactions were more reactive now than ever, and all these micro and macro energetic things can build up, and if enough people keep being reactive, it builds and it builds and it builds. And if it's weird how our storms keep getting worse, our weather keeps getting worse, everything keeps getting worse. And whether you believe in climate or not, one of the things that is coinciding is social media and the intensity of our storms.
Yeah.
So our storms have intensified since about 2006, which is about the same time as social media got really, really popular.
Yeah.
So is social media a conduit for bad energy and spreading these energetic transferences to the point where it builds?
Yeah.
How
I use this, right? It's how I use this. I can use it for good. I can use it for not so good.
Right.
It's my intention of what I choose.
Yeah. So, but I mean, once you get people scared, once you get them hit with something, it's easy to get them scared and in fear and reactive over and over again much quicker.
Yeah.
So, are we creating our own demise and our own disasters by being overly reactive? So the only way we could find that out is if we do a collective group experiment and everybody spreads this around, is to make a real choice to not be reactive on social media, to be more stoic, to not pass along things, and to try and contain that energy, like Ray said about the little girl with the grizzly bear. Mm-hmm. So she didn't say anything. She didn't run. She didn't do anything. And the bear just walked off. Let the fucking bear walk off.
Yeah,
that's right.
Let the bear walk off.
Recognizing two key aspects. One, we know that, I think we've proven it, that there's so many bots that are really doing the reactions to try the reaction. So that's been proven true.
And why? Why are there so many AI bots to trigger our reactions? Why is that? Why was that programmed into our internet and our social media?
I have kind of a lot of answers for that one. Yeah.
There's got to be there's a reason for it. There's got to be a
very
reason for it.
intentional, right? Very
Right.
intentional. Yes.
Yes.
And then I was
So
thinking,
here,
oh,
sorry,
sorry.
go ahead, Jimmy. No,
Oh,
please.
well, I was thinking
TN.
also like what if I'm old enough to remember
No, sell it.
the LA riots in 1992. Was it Rodney King?
Rodney King.
Yeah.
We were just
Oh,
talking
yeah.
about that. Yep.
Can you imagine if that occurred today, or if internet was around back then? I think it would have had that same kind of exacerbation online. So we've had these same problems through our society over the decades. This isn't new per se what we're seeing online.
Mhm.
It's just the amplification online, and it's very intentional to have us in this amped up sympathetic response. We know that people will have a call to action, and we're seeing it in LA much more than we did in 92.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, here's another thing too. You were talking about energy work. So, or internet comes from somewhere, and it just doesn't appear. So not only do we have energy, internet, Wi-Fi, all those things back and forth, there is a place where it has to start. So those servers, those places, those people that work there, I don't know how they can protect themselves from all this BS. Just the energy field alone that a server creates for all this internet.
Right.
Thinking of AI, things like that are much bigger than that.
Very true. You're constantly surrounded by it. And I was thinking, like, if you go to a concert with 40,000 people, now we have 40,000 cell phones in the arena. Like, just that right there adds that additional energetic stress, EMF stress right there that we didn't have in 1988.
True. And the
1988 we had cocaine.
Yeah, much
LSD.
different kind of
No,
energy.
that was 1978.
Yes, different kind of energy, right? Yes, indeed. Interesting question coming up here.
Yeah.
The inverse of each chakra.
Yeah.
Yeah, the inverse of each chakra, I would describe it as there can be a positive manifestation and a negative manifestation, either if the chakra is open or closed. And there's a choice I can make. Like, for example, if I can just go through them briefly, if I may, April, just
Please do. Please do.
so again, if I think about the 7 major chakras, in general, the root chakra is called the Muladhara, or root, at the base of your body, where the reproductive organs essentially are. And that governs stability, security, safety in life. Right at the base of the body, as she's showing there, indeed. Yes, I think it's really good that if I can think about then the choices, do I make choices that lend towards more security, stability, aid to my foundation in life? Or the inverse is, do I make choices that take away my foundation? Do I make choices like you just said the word cocaine? Do I live in a house and now I choose to bring drugs into the house? My roommates aren't cool with it. I get kicked out of my house. Like, whoa, there's the inverse there, a life choice that now has lent towards instability. Now I'm not stable, and now that chakra is now closed, and that chakra is not feeling very healthy. And we also have to acknowledge the physical tissue and the energy do coalesce. You cannot separate the physical tissue from the metaphysical. They are one and the same. So if I don't feel stable in life, I don't have a good foundation in life, the physical organs down there may not function properly. And there are a lot of questions why many people might just say, I wonder why I feel apathetic towards sex. Apathetic. I just don't care. I don't want it. It just isn't working anyway. The bits and pieces aren't working. I wonder, maybe there's that, I don't feel like I'm on a firm foundation yet. So physically, I may not respond as I wish.
I'm going to throw this up, April.
Yeah.
No, you can ask the question, but I'm going to throw it up so they can see it
like
a little clearer.
The sacral chakra, I know, is tied to creativity and sexuality.
Yes, indeed. And it's going to be below the belly button. So if I were to go like 3 fingers below the belly button, so I touch my belly button, and I go 3 fingers below, then it's going to be the Svadhisthana, or sacral chakra. And that basically governs aspects of self. So self-worth, self-worthiness, self-confidence, the storehouse of creativity that is going to spawn how I express myself. So if I'm loving myself, feeling great about myself, all the organs in that lower abdominal area tend to work well. But why is it that many women especially may tell me, I don't know why I've got these ovarian cysts, uterine cysts, and the doctors don't know why? Is it just because you're 45 years old? No. Many doctors might say that, like, oh, yeah, it's common at age 48, whatever. That doesn't mean you have to have it just because you turn 48, right? There could be an energetic cause that maybe I'm feeling a lack of self-confidence, lack of self-worth. And now the physical tissue closes literally. I don't get that energy flow in there. So now we have the issues of the organs there too. Yeah.
Real quick, I was gonna point out, I was gonna ask you about this, and it's funny that Aaron actually put this up because Aaron is actually in the heart of Israel right now.
Oh, wow.
And he was actually asking, what if you're in a war zone and look for ways to relax, regain some strength, I guess he's saying. What would you recommend? And he explains how he does live in Israel.
Yes.
So
So I would place my hands upon the body. I would place my hands at each chakra, and I would close my eyes, and I would breathe the color into my body. So the root chakra is red. So I would imagine a red color to my breath. And every time I breathe, I imagine that red color coming in. And as that red comes into my body, I feel that part of my body fill with red color. Then I move up the body to the orange, Svadhisthana, sacral chakra, below the belly button, placing my hands there. Breathe in the color orange. See the orange color enter my breath, enter my body. And as we then move up the body, I spend a few minutes at each chakra. Hopefully that can give at least a few minutes of reprieve in each area. Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah. And if we'll just continue on. I love the image. Thank you for having the image. If I just kind of move up the body, because typically we talk about ascending, like kind of the Kabbalah talked about, the ascending in unit here, which I think the Kabbalah is fascinating. I think the Kabbalah was just that Middle Eastern version of what the Indians were talking about with chakras. Same ideas, just different language and different words. But the next one is the solar plexus, just underneath the rib cage. If I were to touch my rib cage, just touch right below. If I had a bra, there you go, kind of just below there. I would then go to my solar plexus, indeed. As I go to the solar plexus, that's going to be the how I play with other chakra. The how I play with others, so how I relate to the world, to relate to my workmates, churchmates, general friends and acquaintances around me. So if I feel like, I think you all know people who they probably worked a room really well. I'm sure you remember some people who, gosh, they walk into a room, they're everybody's friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Some people just kind of have that knack. Other people are more just the cancer of the locker room, the cancer of the building. Like, hey, they don't play nice with others. So their solar plexus might be really closed, restricted, whereas other people may feel open there. And those organs in that area are also affected. So the liver, the stomach, the spleen, the pancreas, I kind of wonder if maybe there's an emotional component in diseases. I'm wondering, April, in your metaphysical classes, do you talk about that in those metaphysical groups?
We do, because even then the word disease it's right there. It's dis-ease. So things start at a cellular level.
Yes.
I mean, how does disease manifest? Sorry. So your cells are at, they're not at ease. They're at disease because of emotions and things we're hanging on to in certain areas. Sorry, my dog's having a bad dream about the worldwide.
That's wondering what that was.
So yeah, he's like, oh, what if there's not enough bones? So, but yes.
Yes.
If you're holding on to things, it's funny. We were watching a movie. What was that movie about? The girl who got cancer. It was 8 episodes.
The limited
Michelle
series.
Williams. Yeah, Michelle Williams, 8 episodes. Long story short, the thing that was prevalent in that series that they didn't directly address, but they addressed it, was the fact that she never dealt with the fact that she had been molested repeatedly by a family member. Never dealt with it, never handled it, never brought it to light, never handled it, and it manifested into cancer and then remission and then cancer again. So that there are things we have to handle things, otherwise they manifest into not good things. Yes. So
I have a cool thing to show you, something called the emotion wheel.
yeah, this is why stress is linked to everything bad.
Yes, indeed. And we know that our bodies are of frequency, of vibration, and emotions will affect the vibrations. When you affect the vibrations, you affect the frequencies at the cellular level. So I think we've proven 1,000 times by now that there are emotional components to diseases. And it could be that I'm thinking about someone who may have chronic liver disease, pancreatic conditions, and stomach conditions, spleen conditions. And you wonder, why can't certain medications work? Well, maybe we haven't addressed the emotional aspect yet. We affected the physical, the medication affected the physical, and that's great. That's wonderful. Oh, a good call there. I love that. Looks like almost the same as mine. Yeah. But I just love that. You go through and maybe helping a client identify, what am I feeling today? What do you feel in your body today? And maybe we start to work with that as you do breath work, meditation, visualization, have some cool stones on your body, essential oils, whatever the case is. Then we can start to really harmonize the emotions at each chakra. So again, the root is about foundation, security, safety. The second is about how I feel about myself. The third is about how I play with others. And then you get the anahata, the chakra, heart chakra. Anahata is the heart, the love chakra. And as you think about the love aspects, how many words in our English language do we have for love?
Only one. We're the only language that has only one.
Really?
Yes, every other language, even
that?
sign language. Sign language has this and this. Even sign language has two.
Yeah.
What was the first one? The
Yeah,
thing
so
was
the
in
first
the way.
one.
This,
Yeah.
Oh.
and then of course they've got I really love you, and then love. This is romantic love. This is friend love, or love. Yes.
Well, that's
Sorry.
true. Amor,
Yeah.
cariño.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Amore.
true.
Yeah, amore. Yeah, just every other language. Yep.
So I think our language says a lot about what we value. How many words do we have for money in our society?
Oh,
Oh, cash and dinero and
cheddar.
The moolah.
Yep, everything.
Yeah.
Scratch,
A
the
lot.
Benjamins, right? Yeah, so maybe we have a love for money in our country. But I think there's a lot. And maybe as we think about what we said before about what's the intention we put out there, are we intentionally trying our best to provide unconditional love to others or to ourselves? Maybe I need to start with myself first, learn how to love myself first, which isn't easy. I know it's not easy by any means. I'm not going to pretend it's easy, but I think that once we start learning to at least find something to like about ourselves, then maybe we learn how to love in the end, or at least learn to love a part of ourselves, learning to forgive perhaps a part of ourselves. So as we start to work with the world, we start to work with ourselves, work with other people, third chakra, we start to learn how to provide unconditional love. I think a lot of people feel conditional love. I will only love you if you do this or that for me, right? That happens a lot in the business world, I'm sure, right?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I only care about give me money, right?
Yeah. Hey, real quick, you guys in the chats, put the one thing that you really love about yourself, your favorite thing about yourself in the chat.
Love it indeed, right? I love that.
In that TV show that she was talking about is called Dying for Sex.
Dying for Sex.
That was it. Limited TV series. It was really good.
I'm putting my answer to what I love about myself. There you go.
Yeah. What do you guys love about you? Just one thing.
Be nice.
Oh, there
Don't
you
be dirty.
go.
My resiliency.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that.
Love that I'm kind. I love that, Heather. Right on Air 5. Yes, very cool.
All right. What about you guys, Ray? What about you?
That's a good question. What do I love about myself? I don't know. Not much. You know what I do love? I love that I've been told anyway, like I give good hugs.
Yeah.
You know,
good hugs.
There you
I do
go.
give good hugs. So that's one of the things, like whenever somebody that I care about, and even people that I don't care too much for, I've been able to transfer, I guess you would say, positive energy through the hugs that I give, because I give them, if I give you a hug, it's sincere. And I guess that's one of, Yeah.
Love that.
I like the way I hug.
That's awesome.
There you go.
I'm a hugger. I am a hugger. Damn it. Don't get me drinking, because if I'm drinking, you're in trouble. I'll
Oh,
be
you're
bear
that
hugging you all
one.
night.
Love it.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm, such a happy, I'm what you call a happy drunk.
Me too.
That's a
Loving
good thing. Yep, me too.
And how about you, Eva? What do you love about yourself, Eva?
Oh my God, don't put me on the spot. No.
Right? It's not easy, right? What do you hate about
No, it's
yourself? It's
not.
easy.
Oh, anybody
Oh,
can
yeah.
answer that. There's a,
Right?
there's a
Yeah.
thing I have on the wall. It says if I asked you to list all the favorite things in your life, how long would it take for you to list yourself?
Mm,
Oh, that's
wonderful.
always, everybody's always at the bottom. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you love,
Yeah.
Eva? What do you love about Eva?
what do I love about myself? I don't know. I give 110% all the time,
Damn
Right.
right.
Yeah,
anything
you
and
do.
everybody.
That's true. Yeah.
especially my friends too.
Yeah.
Good.
So
You seem like a very giving soul, giving spirit.
I try, unless you're on the wrong side.
That's right. That should cut you.
Oh my, oh my. And what do you love about yourself, April?
Actually, I like myself a lot, but I'm loyal. I'm forgiving. I look on the bright side of things. I always find the silver lining, and I'm good to people who are good to me, and I'm good to people who aren't good to me sometimes too.
Right on.
So
Very-
I say that.
Love
I want to say thank you to Aaron. Thank you for lying.
Huh?
You have to read
Yeah,
that.
what? Yeah.
I love that dude.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wonderful. Love that. Love that here. That's awesome. Awesome.
That is true. That's true, Aaron.
And I think if there's this interesting dynamic that we're seeing, that it's hard maybe to love ourselves first unless we have a sure foundation.
You're not getting out of this.
Mhm.
What do
Working
you
on
love about yourself? Don't.
Yeah, what do
Don't
you
even
love
try.
about yourself?
Oh,
that
my
you-
resilience. My
He
resilience.
put that in the chat over here. Come on
Oh,
now.
yes, indeed. Yes. So my
Resilience. That's it. Okay.
Tenaciousness. I should have quit a long time ago in life, but no way. I
Like
don't
that.
quit. I don't stop. No, I ain't gonna let life beat me down. And I still overcame when everyone else thought I'd fail. So we did it. We did it.
Okay.
Yes.
Indeed,
Damn
indeed.
right you did.
Indeed, right? The Chicago in me just came out. Look out, look out. There you go. All right.
Well, good.
I just love that, but a lot of people kind of wonder, like, I'm not sure how I feel here. It's always wise when we start doing any sort of alignment, energy work, to start at the root. Make sure your foundation is strong first in life. We've discovered that in the mental health world. Like, why does EMDR work in some people and not other people? EMDR will work more effectively if we have a sure foundation to come home to. But if you don't, a lot of mental health practices just aren't going to be as effective. So always start at the root first, work your way up, learn to really find care, nurture for yourself, then learn how to care, nurture, relate to other people. Then we can learn how to love other people in different aspects, right? We have different levels of love. Our language doesn't share that well, but we have different loves. The love you have with your spouse, different than the love you have for your pets, different than the love I have for my students versus other people, right? Then eventually the energy ascends upwards towards the Vishuddha, the throat chakra.
Say that again.
The Vishuddha. Vishuddha.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even say that.
The throat chakra. The throat chakra is all about expression. And a quick personal tale about myself is that I remember growing up and I had a big stuttering problem. Huge
Really?
stuttering problem, major stuttering problem. When I was basically 10 years old, all the way into high school. And I was really freaking out in high school. Like, am I ever going to get over this?
It's stressful, right?
So I never thought I never thought I'd do this for a living, speak for a living. No way, no how. But I remember having a moment where I realized, you know what? I just need to express how I feel about whatever's going on at home, and not so good circumstances at home. Once I finally had a teacher that would listen to me, then I can share. That's when the stutter went away. So I think that there's a little kind of sidebar. Maybe we can be a friend to someone and just listen to them share what they need to express. And when they share that, that's when real healing can commence.
Can I say something, like, really? And I'm being very sincere when I say this, regarding yourself, Jimmy. Like, one of my favorite things about doing a show with you is listening to you talk. So hearing that you had that stuttering problem, that issue, and that was one of your biggest vices. And one of my favorite things about Jimmy is literally listening to Jimmy talk and how when I was excited to hear that you were on the show, because I was just going to do the show. I didn't know you were really on it. And then April told me you were on it, and I got happy because the last time I did the show with you, I felt a sense of peace and happiness after I did the show. So that's pretty cool, man. It's like one of your superpowers. Do you even know you have that power? You know?
Yeah, ask me when I was 15. I never would have thought I'd be doing this for a living. So
That's
it's
cool,
interesting. At
Good
age
for you.
15, I just kind of thought, what can I do that doesn't involve talking, right? I didn't know anything to do.
Joke's on you.
Well played, universe. Well played, right?
Yes.
So I just think it's
How did you overcome that, Jimmy?
I think it was all about someone taking the time to listen to me. Her name was Miss Snadula in a junior year of high school.
That's
and
cool.
She was a teacher. I stayed after high school classes. I wanted to be her TA in a sense. And she was just someone who cared, because at home, I had no one who cared at home. I'd come home and basically no one there was able to help me care. So really, she was the one who cared. So maybe that's a good reminder that maybe we just find that person who can care, or maybe we be that person who cares for someone else. And maybe we help them overcome a malady that they never thought they could overcome.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really
I stutter
cool.
too.
Yeah.
Indeed. So I think it's really healthy that we remember that this is the expression center, and we don't always feel like we can express a lot on social media, right? People are afraid of getting canceled on social media. People are really afraid of this,
Being
that,
judged.
Exactly. So I think it's really,
or they're afraid their work will look at what they're posting, or somebody might judge them for what they really think, or
Yes, I think it's really important that we remember that again, if we have the means to express ourselves, then I think it's really healthy that we can move that energy through. But until we find a way, so whether it's the spoken word, maybe it's the written word, something along those lines, we need to learn to express. So I guess I would love to ask maybe all three of you, how do you like to express yourself the most?
Let's start with Eva.
Yeah.
Why me?
I don't know, because it's more fun that way.
How do I like to express myself the most? Wow. All right. You know what? It depends on what mood I'm in. Sometimes I'm a child and I'll throw something. Sometimes I'll just write things down. I don't know. I'll talk it out. I mean, it really depends on what it is and what the situation is. So my favorite way to express, I don't know, I guess lately it's been coloring.
Good. It's great. There's mandalas, there's adult coloring books. You can always
She bought me one. It's so cool.
I have a Zen as fuck one that
Whoa, watch your mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Didn't I get you that one?
Yes, you did. Zen as fuck.
That is awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that is very cool.
I want a dog like that now. With colors.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
Did that one.
Careful. Yeah, that looks
I
really
love
good.
that. I love that.
It's therapeutic to sit there
is.
and do these. Yeah.
And so, yeah, I love that.
And then I've got a pinup one too, with like.
Oh, hey.
Right. It's. I mean, there's.
Yeah, I got a bunch of different ones. I seem to be collecting them too.
So is that how
That
you
was really good.
Is that how you express yourself there, April?
No, not always, but sometimes if you just sit there and listen to music and break out the colored pencils and just, turn up the jams and color, it's shockingly calming and therapeutic. I don't know. It's like, why do kids do it? Kids do it just for no reason at all, because it's fun.
That's
so
right.
it's nice to go back and do things
painting
for no
rocks,
reason. We do a lot of things because we're supposed to do them because they have to get done. Sometimes it's nice to do things for no reason other than the fact that we like putting colors together.
Yes. And what a great way to express ourselves. And there's no one right way or wrong way. It's great to have a healthy means. So whether it's the spoken word, whether it's artful expressions, whether it's through music or dance or whatnot, sometimes I'll play the best of YouTube 1999, whatever I want music. Kids might call it cringe, and that's okay.
Rock. Yeah.
Right? 80s rock.
I love Rob Zombie for that. Yeah.
Yes.
But I think
that's me. I'm dancing. I was just breaking a spontaneous leap.
And I think
Spontaneous
it's
dance.
really, really healthy that we remember that once we express ourselves, we're able to then really ascend energy upwards higher. And I just want to make sure I'm just kind of sharing. I'm getting a text saying I need to be done in about 15 minutes here. I need to be able to
Oh,
take my daughter somewhere, just so you know. So just so
Okay.
you know, as I start to go through here, I just want to make sure I don't forget to go through the last two.
Let's do
So
it.
as I do this, oh yes.
wait. I want to hear what everybody else said real quick.
Oh,
Quick,
sorry.
Oh,
express
I'll,
yourself.
I'll do mine real quick. This right here, communicating with people, talking to different people, learning about them, even people that I know. It's amazing how much you can know somebody and still not know about them or know of them. I can know somebody for 40 years, 30 years, 15 years, 2 years, and I can learn something new from someone every day. That's why I love doing these podcasts, and that's why, like the coloring book. This show right here today is my coloring book, because I didn't have to jump on. I wanted to, and I'm able to express myself and listen. I get to listen to Jimmy and hang out with Ava and April and listen to, and talk to the chat and stuff. And I just love communicating with people, whether it be virtually. I like one-on-one more. Like I was always a big phone talker. Like I would talk for hours with my friends on the phone, and singing. I love singing, karaoke, all that stuff. Like like stuff that I'm verbalizing, talking, interacting. I love it. I love that. April?
Beautiful.
Yeah, same. Podcasts.
Yeah, right?
Breaking into dance, singing. I do all that. So same.
And staying active, right? The more active we stay, we can express through our body, and maybe we do a favorite exercise activity that really expresses our authentic self and how we feel in the moment. That's why I just love the energy wheel.
I want a copy of that.
Right.
They have them on Amazon.
It's for like $15 for a nice, cover here, like hard surface. And maybe you look at this emotion chart and look and say, here's how I feel today. Maybe I'll do some activity to express how I feel today.
So that's why we need to forgive other people, so we don't end up with issues from harboring those resentful, angry feelings.
Yes.
It really is for ourselves, not them.
Forgiveness is the beginning of healing, certainly. Yes, it is.
Okay, go to the next one. Go to the next one.
I love that. So as we learn how to love, we learn how to express ourselves authentically, then we start to look even deeper within ourselves, connect with a true source. So Anjana is the next one here, the third eye chakra. This is where it kind of governs my introspection and my clairvoyance, my ability to see what the physical eyes cannot see. And I know that there are people out there who make statements like, I knew this was going to happen before it happened. I knew it. I just had this intuition, and I'm trusting myself, and I really feel like I can trust myself fully. All the energy is moving up my body, meeting at the third eye. And as I meet at the third eye, my psychic abilities will really take over and see what the physical eyes cannot see. Maybe I start to have dreams that are really amazing and prophetic. I'm not sure if any of you have had prophetic dreams or prophetic thoughts.
Yep.
And those happen when you are in alignment. And of course, we always start at the base, work our way up, but all those energies moving through our bodies eventually converge at the third eye. I'm very Greek, but I try to shave my third eye here, as you can see. But when I shave the Greekness more, it is a full unibrow. So your unibrow would meet as the true area there. And of course, the gland that we have here is called the pituitary gland right at your third eye. That's been known as the master gland. And the master gland controls all the other glands somehow, some way. Even in your stress responses, your pituitary controls your adrenals. So it's an interesting, even during stress, we have to really get this checked here too. So the question before about what do I do when I'm stressed and can I find ways, I may just even start here. Calm here first, then come to my low back where your adrenals are. Try to hold your low back kidney area. Second, I can calm the pituitary and the adrenal connection, and that can help to calm a stress response. Yeah. And then once I open the third eye, which does anyone remember the band Third Eye Blind?
Of course.
Yes.
Oh yeah, of course.
I saw them on the MTV Music Tour back in the 90s and such. I always thought that's the dumbest name for a band. Like, really? What kind of name is that? But now I see what a great name it is. Because how many Americans are third eye blinds, unable to see themselves truly? I see the way that the boss sees me, how other people might claim to see me, but I don't know myself well enough yet to really see myself as who I am. I am a spirit and a soul. And there's a story that brought me here today. And maybe I can tap into that story that brought me here today. That's the holistic practitioner in me there. I do try to see everyone as spirits and souls, as energy beings, and I try to tap into the story that brought them here today. Yep. And as they awaken the third eye, we then connect with the crown chakra, the crown sahasrara chakra, the crown chakra, and this connects me to higher source. And it is said that when I connect to higher source, I can feel 1,000 rays of light surround my body. 1,000 rays of light that surround me, that begin to make me feel connected to whole, to source, to universe thereof. And it really is an amazing feeling. I'm not sure if anyone's felt that before, when you really feel loved by source.
That's really cool.
Has anyone felt that?
Okay, Ray, you start that one.
Well, I want you to really quickly explain, when you say loved by source, what do you mean by that?
You have felt close, connected, that source is there with you in your life.
Absolutely. And like I said, not for everyone else, but I've had experiences where I felt connected with my creator. You know what I'm saying? God. And I feel the warmth literally coming down on me. I felt, in moment, and that actually has happened to me in the moments of my biggest worries or despair, where I found peace, within God. And I do literally feel the physical warmth in my body coming down on top of me. Theologically speaking, they say, being anointed, so on and so forth. So I've literally felt that now on a one-on-one human basis, with my son, when he hugs me, right? My son is a good freaking hugger, man. My son is the best part of me. Like, I think whatever is good in me, for some reason, it's he's amplified that within him. I don't know what it is about my son.
Cool.
I can't wait till you guys meet him. You got to meet him. He has such a kind spirit, and when he hugs a person, you can feel like a connection, the love, so that I feel that all over through my body, through my son. And my wife, she knows how to make me feel good, if you know what I mean, right, guys? That's why I married her.
That's all about the sacral chakra. We're not there. We went down that. There's a theory that the crown chakra is connected to source, and the root chakra is connected with community and being rooted, and that actually church is down at the bottom. That's root chakra, but spirituality is at the top. So they couldn't actually be further apart.
So I just love the connections that we're making as far as daily life. And I just think that if I just take a step back, the 7 major chakras represent areas of our body that if we connect with, that we can really develop greater self-awareness. As we develop self-awareness, we're able to start to work on ourselves, get a sure foundation. As I get a sure foundation, I learn how to care for myself first. Then I learn how to relate to the world in general. Then I learn how to express love unconditionally, and what that means, giving and receiving unconditionally. I learn how to express myself truly. I then learn how to feel whole. And then once I feel whole, then I'm ready to be connected to source. So I just love that the 7 major chakras teach that idea. Start at the base, work your way up, and that could take, 21 days, however many days. But as long as I have that kind of as my MO, any chakra work that we do is going to be powerful.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Awesome.
Very
I
cool.
like it.
Nice. So thank you for allowing me to share that today, beautiful souls.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
Hey,
thank
it's
you,
a
Jim.
pleasure.
Where could somebody start, like, to do that, like,
To
in their own
unblock or
home?
clear.
Yeah, to unblock
Oh,
or
yes.
clear.
I think there's a lot of yoga studios that do yoga for chakras specifically. I think there's also, when you go on YouTube and you do chakra meditations, I may pick just one chakra a day, lay in my bed, and just listen to that chakra meditation go on
Sound
for as
healing,
long
right?
as I wish. And as I think about
Thank you.
that, I may hold my hands nearby. I may imagine the color of the chakra. I may give, mantras and such. Hatha yoga is a great example I see there. As I hold each chakra and give intentional light and love to that area, then I'm able to see that area open, because chakras are said to be spinning wheels of light. And I can imagine in my mind that chakra color spinning and spinning and getting ever larger and larger and larger. So as I do that, I might take as long as I feel, as many days as I feel necessary on each chakra. Typically, we might teach 3 days per each chakra, times 7, so there's 21 days. But I think ultimately you will know, I feel ready, I feel open, I feel settled in the chakra. Now I can move up the body.
I like that.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I know there are some things on YouTube and CDs and things like that offer sound healing that can affect cellular healing and chakra healing as well.
I love an author named Andrea Judith. Andrea Judith is a wonderful author for chakras. I know there's also a chakra Bible that might be a good place to start for getting the general information. And I was actually thinking about doing like an online Zoom class, like 1 hour a night over a series of 7 nights. How does that sound?
That sounds good.
Absolutely.
Maybe we spend an hour just on each chakra every night, once a week. So I'll let you know, April and Eva and Ray, if we ever get that going. I would love to have you join me.
Love it.
Yeah, I'll be
That
down.
would be
I'll down.
wonderful.
I know Jimmy has to run, but last time Jimmy was on, you kind of took us through this like little quick breathing exercise that we did one time. And I
Yeah, I
felt
remember
amazing after that. Do you remember that, Jimmy?
Well, it does.
I remember it. Yep.
Indeed, it
Yep,
does
me too.
involve slow, intentional breath. So if anyone wants to briefly hear, we can start to just bring slow intention down to the base of our body. Let's close our eyes and do that. As we do that, I want you to imagine a light, and that light begins to grow and grow and grow. And with every breath you take, you imagine it moving up your body. And imagine the color may change, it may vacillate, it may glimmer, it may shimmer, it may shine. But as you see that light move up your body, every breath you take, imagine that breath guiding the energy up your body. And if you feel like you want to keep it in one spot, feel free to. You may hold your hands there and just breathe healing words of light and love. Loving affirmation to love yourself or forgive yourself. And if you wish the energy to move higher, allow it to move as high as you possibly wish. And can we imagine feeling this exercise every day? Even just a minute? How about 5 minutes? How about 8 minutes? How about 22.2 minutes? How about 44.5 minutes? However long you wish. Yeah, but thanks for allowing me to share this information with you today. It's always a pleasure to be on your show, April and Eva and Ray. It's always a pleasure to share sacred space with y'all. I appreciate it very much.
Thank
you,
you,
Jimmy.
Yeah, it was
Jimmy.
awesome having you,
Appreciate
Jimmy.
having you back and you making time for us. So thank you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Namaste, beautiful souls. Namaste. And I'll let
Thank
you
you.
know if we get this online chakra class going. I think it'd be really nice.
Please do.
Absolutely.
That'd be
Yes,
great.
indeed. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh, wait.
Yep, you can't leave without it. You got to do it.
I love
Did I pull a
it.
muscle? Oh, did I pull a muscle?
Don't do that, Jimmy.
No. Back to the gym I go then. Awesome. But thank you so very much.
All right. Bye. Hugs to Muggsy.
Thank you. Will do.
Yes.
I'll remove him if you want. There we go.
There you got beat to it.
That was great.
That was awesome.
Uh,
I love
See,
having him on.
you see how I tricked him into giving us bonus breathing
I
exercises.
know.
yeah, you did.
Like
Thank
that.
you for that.
Huh? No, but it was
where
true,
we at,
like,
Maybe he's
guys?
gonna be late for his daughter because of you, but hey.
Yeah.
I don't worry about it. She'll just have to breathe and get over it.
Yeah, there you go. Hey,
No,
April,
but-
your comments are coming up strictly on YouTube under you, not.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I cut normally it would come up all three. I found a way to do it with just me. Hi, Wolf. How are you doing? And cool, awesome dude. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Do we have
Yeah,
other
because
stuff to
Jimmy
cover?
was talking and people were coming in late, so I was trying to say hi to everybody. So I
That
see
was awesome.
Cam and everybody. What's up, everybody who came in late? Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. So yeah, I've always there's so much to learn about the chakras. Oh my god.
Yes.
So and they're so important and integral to feeling okay. They're literally your energy centers. So when something's off, like you really feel off. If your sacral chakra's off, I mean, it could be everything from not being able to have an orgasm to just not being creative.
Mhm.
So everybody's had those times in their life where everything's all messed up or they're not feeling creative or all of that. That's time to cleanse the chakra. So
we have a friend of ours that does that type of yoga, Karbar, and she'll be traveling. So she is actually traveling with her skills of doing Tibetan bowls and that type of yoga clearings and stuff all the way up the East Coast. And I think she's leaving next month. She's
yes.
going on a mission to teach
Yeah.
everybody like Jimmy on the road.
Yep.
Except for being in one place. So
I had questions. I had so many questions for Jimmy, but one of them was the audio sensory. What is it called? The ASMR that I listen to at night.
AMSR.
AMSR, yeah.
I would love if you guys could get a hold of somebody that does this like on YouTube or like ASMR on.
Doesn't Brian do that on here?
Does he?
So, yeah, Brian's in here, I think, right now.
Right.
Dude, I would love to like somebody who has like a channel or something. It doesn't have to be like what got them in like I want to learn about that because I want to learn why it makes me so like ASMR. It makes me so chill. Like that's how I go to sleep every night.
I was just gonna say there he is. There's Brian.
Yeah, I literally I bought a headband that has Bluetooth speakers. It's like a soft headband, and I wear it at night and I listen to different channels. And for some reason, like I like the sound of typing and scribbling on the paper, and it just calms me down. I was gonna ask Jimmy, how the hell like does that correlate with what he does in some way? Like how did I had so many fucking questions, man. But Jimmy has a kid, so he had to run.
Hey, what was that headband you were talking about?
Oh, you could get them on just if you go to Amazon or whatever and just look Bluetooth headband for sleeping. And some people like listening to music or whatever, but actually this one you can actually pull over your eyes. I don't do that because I like to know who's coming, but but I just wear it at an angle and it just wraps around my head, and I listen to like my favorite ASMR channels, and like I said, I like role playing ASMR where somebody's like giving you customer service and they're typing and they're pulling out little receipts and they're scribbling on it. Like it just calms me the fuck down, man. That's how I go to bed every night now. Or if I'm stressed, I do that too. Yeah,
I didn't know
into
they
it.
made
Like
something like that.
yeah. They're not expensive either. You can get a good one for like less than $20 on Amazon.
Oh, that's good to know.
So.
Yeah, I can't see sleeping with all that crap on. No, it's going to irritate my ears.
You don't even feel it. It's just like a lightweight headband. It's almost like a t-shirt, like that material, and it has little soft Bluetooth speakers on either side. And you can just listen to your ASMR. So
Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Thank you, Ray.
Or your waves. Listen to your. Yeah. I like to listen to the waves.
If you guys have an ASMR guest on, I gotta. That's the.
I don't know anybody who does it really.
I know some YouTube people. I've seen them. You said somebody does it here.
I think Brian does. He said yes.
Okay.
I guess he has a channel. Like he does. That would be cool.
I'll see if he answers in here.
He, like Gammy right now says he likes ASMR with no. I'm sorry, with no.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're all doing it.
I know. I'm trying not to associate, guy.
Yeah.
So some people like where you hear like people squishing stuff, or the sound of just somebody, just like I said, scribbling on paper, no talking, or people eating. Sometimes like eating like crunchy things, or like it's so weird. It's so weird, but it's so interesting to me.
Brian does it in person, he said.
Oh, okay.
And so, and he's on the East Coast of Florida now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he left us.
Yeah. Thanks, Brian.
So
yeah, Lisa says she likes binaural beats. I know a lot of people that like that.
Yes. Yeah. I can't get into the binaural beats.
I can't either. I can't get into a lot of stuff that everybody loves. Like I can't get into meditating. Like I can go outside and pay attention and just like walk, and that's my meditation, but I can't get into like traditional meditation like most people can.
That's what I was gonna say.
My brain's like
anytime, anytime you can shut your brain down, even if it's outside, that's a form of meditation. So
I like going to my quiet place. I found that so a form of meditation is also prayer, connecting with God, and I've done that like now every day and every night. And I just feel more at peace, almost like a protection, communication, a closeness, a friendship that I've developed. I forgot somebody put down when I was talking about the whole feeling of and they said the Holy Spirit, and that's exactly what I was talking about. But everybody has their own way of. I think there's so many different ways of finding that way to kind of decompress and chill. Aaron, my thoughts are with Aaron. He posts all the time and I stress out for him, and I'm always like, oh, give us an update and shit, but I couldn't even imagine, we complain here in the United States about people, protesting and shit, and this dude's living in a basic war zone. So, my thoughts and prayers go out to you, brother.
I was just gonna say, sending him a bunch of positivity. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, man.
Hope his family and friends.
Yeah, so. It's okay. So I can't imagine what that's like. I really can't. And my heart breaks for the things that are going on.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I mean, I went to Cuba a few years back, and I was there for a little bit, and it's normal there to live without running water and no electricity. And like that's normal, not having soap and water. And then you come home, there's like almost every toilet seat is broken there. It's just the bowl. And like hotels will list soap and toilet tissue as luxuries. It's crazy to me after being like that, where you see cisterns on top of, on buildings. Like that's how they get their water. They collect the rainwater. And you see a lot of kids outside, they're barefoot, dirty feet, and they have a Mickey Mouse shirt that's like 5 times too big because it's donated. And you see them get into these tiny little stacked like apartment. They're old brick buildings, and they have no electricity at all. And all the windows and doors are open on one side, and that's it, because that's the only way to get any fresh air in there. And you see that kind of living, that abject poverty, and you see the kids outside playing, having a great time. They're kicking balls around. And you go home and you hear your neighbor complaining about another neighbor who isn't mowing their grass. And it's like, what in the fuck is wrong with you? Like your priorities are so messed up. So when there's wars going on, or when people are dealing with their family member who has cancer, or when there's things like what's going on in Cuba. It's like, this is what's real, where it's like you spend your energy. Like if you're going to really spend energy on something, there's that. And then there's your neighbor who hasn't cut their grass. You know what I mean? Like
I'm that neighbor right now.
Yeah, well, it's been raining a lot, you know. But I mean, seriously, if there's an action, you know, if there's a problem that can be solved by an action, you literally do not have a problem.
Right.
So you come home and you flip a switch, and the electricity comes on, and you turn the thing, and you have fresh water. You know, we're doing pretty fucking good. And all people talk about is how bad things are.
Yeah.
How bad things are. And you look at other parts of the country, and they're dodging bombs. They're being starved. We have electricity and water. We should be grateful all the time.
Like, you know that thing where, you know, you're always like, let's say us, right? I live pretty damn comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I live in a nice neighborhood, a nice house. It's quiet outside. Yeah, I have to work in the city, but you know, this where I live is maybe some homeless person's mansion. You feel me saying? The fact, or the homeless person that gets to scrape enough money to sleep in a hotel, that's the dream of somebody even less fortunate. So there are always people so much less fortunate that have so much less. And it's like my wife checking me that time, trying to be like, dude, we have it great. You know, like, don't focus in on all that negative stuff. And I guess
most people do have it great.
Yeah, like we
have hot showers.
Fucking first world problems, man.
Yeah.
You know, and I've learned over the course of, I would say, a year and a half, and I'm gonna be 50 in March. So
my God, you're so fucking old.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, no, I was waiting. Go ahead.
Yeah, but I've learned to just, I hate you. It's funny, you're never too old to learn something new. That's why I said that. That's one of my favorite things of communicating with people, because you get to learn new things, even somebody that you know. Fuck off. I'm gonna get me. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's true, man. We need to. Oh my God, I want a middle finger thing.
Wait, I got one too. I got this one. The middle finger.
Oh, shit. This is what I got. My wife gave me this, and this is like one of my favorite things. I don't know why.
Oh, well, I can't read the bottom. What's the bottom say?
It says,
"That's wait, I love you." Whatever.
It says, "Husband, I love you big time. Husbands like you are hard to find. You're a legend." Goddamn right I am.
Oh, that was so sweet.
I keep him right here by my Nintendo. He always watches me do my podcast. I love that freaking thing. I don't even know what he is. She says that's her hunky monkey.
That's so cool. That's so sweet.
Sock, dude,
to think about something for a second, we'll leave you guys with this thought. But even when you're having a bad day, think about how things were when we were younger, and we really hoped and wished we would have the life we have now. You know, remember when like you've got your first apartment and you had a room in a house with like a bunch of people and one bathroom, and you're sleeping on a mattress, and we would have given anything for how, you know, the situation we have now, but we actually have a kitchen and you know what I mean? Like, think about that. So when you're down and you're complaining and you're stressing out about things, just think for a minute. You're like, okay, there was a point where I was making $250 a week and I would have given anything to live like I do now. Let me just embrace that for a moment. Yeah.
Yo, real quick, and because I have to leave too, but like I think now, like me and my wife were buying a TV. I'm gonna put this in perspective, okay? Me and my wife were buying a TV. I wanted the big fucking 75-inch, but she's like, no. So we got a 55-inch TV, which for me, I was like complaining, oh, it's too small, blah blah blah, right? I grew up most of my life with a small one black and white TV.
It was the size of one of my boobs, right?
No, smaller.
And it was no color.
No color.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. We didn't get
black
color in my
white.
house. We couldn't afford it.
Right.
We
No.
We didn't get
we had black and white.
That shit was expensive.
We watched it.
didn't
Yep.
Yeah, it's like
Same.
I think it was like 1988.
I
when we
didn't
got a
even know
fucking color TV.
Lucille Ball was a redhead. I
Yeah.
had no idea until
I didn't
somebody
know.
told me.
Yeah. Thought
Yeah, so-
everybody had
I
great
didn't
hair,
know. I didn't know
basically.
she and Desi Arnaz were in an interracial relationship. They all look the same to me. I was like, holy
Yeah,
shit, really?
I didn't know that either.
So long story short, I actually thought to myself one time, like the other day, not the other day, but like a month or two ago, I was like, God damn, I could have killed to have something like this when I was a kid.
Mhm.
I was so broken. God blessed me enough to have a job and my wife who has a great job, and we're able to get nice things. Could you imagine the homeless person in the street who doesn't even have, like, it's just all they do is stare into space, and they have no one to talk to. We have each other. Look at us. We're talking to each other virtually. We're able to chat with the people. This is great. Communication is one of the best things, and that's one of the things that breaks my heart the most when I see somebody who is homeless or maybe stressing mentally. I used to get angry. Oh, why is that person on the train? And my mindset has kind of changed.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, I just pray for them. I just do. I just say a quiet prayer for them, and I just say, Lord, please give that person something that they need. Whatever it is they need, give it to them. And I guess that's kind of what Jimmy was saying. Just give that positive energy out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's it for me, man.
No,
I mean,
that's cool. That's cool.
No,
Well,
that's good.
Maybe our homework this week and maybe from here on out is to watch our reactivity. Try and be proactive instead of reactive. Be careful about the energy that we're spreading. Really, literally be the change that we wish to see. Somebody a lot smarter than I was the one that put that out there, but it is really a good lesson. So the world, everything out there is a mirror. So we get back what we put out there. So go to a higher vibration. Be careful what you're sharing out there. Be careful what you're reacting to out there, and see what you get back. Try it. Try your own personal experiment and see what you get back. Try it for this week. Try it for a month. Literally just make a commitment and try it and see how it goes. So
there you go.
Try it. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Ray, for stopping in and being with us. Thank you, Eva, for taking the time to be here. If you guys want to see more of me, you can see me on patreon.com, April Hunter. You can also, we are sponsored by a wonderful gold company, Wise Wolf, and you can go ahead and invest and make sure your finances are stabilized. Just go to aprilhunter.gold, poke around there. You don't need to have much. As little as $50 will stabilize your income for you and yours, especially with all the finances. Everything's going nuts right now. BRICS is being introduced. You want to make sure that your money is going to stay solid and you're not going to lose the value. So gold and silver are finite resources. That is an excellent way to do it. Go to aprilhunter.gold. That's not me. That is a veteran-owned company, Wolfpack Gold, Wise Wolf Gold, and check them out. And if you decide to do a recurring buy, use the code 1776 and you'll get some free constitutional silver. So thank you everybody for being here. We really appreciate you very, very much. Thank you to Jimmy G for taking the time to be with us. We love him. So thank you, and have a good night. So mwah. See you next Tuesday.
Oh, how did that happen?